Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Puppeteer has no future. Eat the string fruit. Chapter 46. However, this skill is really a bug-level existence. As long as you have this skill, Chinyi's total HP is equivalent to the sum of all the puppets present. Hundreds of thousands of blood volume, how to die. And as long as Chinyi is dropped by a single blow, continue to summon the puppet. If the puppet reserve is sufficient, it is equivalent to carrying an inexhaustible mobile blood pool with you. This mobile blood pool can also attack. It can only be described in one word, lie. At this moment, Wang Lingfang was already surrounded by puppets. The people of the Thunder Swamp Iron-Blooded Dynasty Guild were only left with him. Wang Lingfang's face turned pale. Big brother, I don't know such strength, why do you want to attack a little minions like me? Where did the little brother provoke you? Please make it clear, maybe it is a misunderstanding or not. Chinyi shook his head and said with emotion. The vice president of the Iron-Blooded Dynasty is also considered a small. Then I estimate that there are few characters in Nanzhong who can get on the table. On weekdays, when you bully those weak professionals, it's not this face. It's really flexible. Let you go, who will be responsible for the puppets I lost? Wang Lingfang smiled bitterly. Life is gone, what can you do if you can't flex and stretch? Hearing the loss in Chinyi's mouth, he glanced at several puppets that had been damaged by divine thunder. The corners of his mouth twitched. Although I don't know how the young man in front of him transferred the damage he received to the puppet. However, it was able to block all the damage of the star-level talisman with just a few puppets. This thing must be extremely expensive. I pay, big brother, can't I pay? Maybe I don't have enough money now, but I can make a professional contract. I will pay until you are satisfied. By the way, how much money do these puppets come from? Chinyi thought for a moment, and then spoke. It seems to be a little more than 10,000 dragon coins, right? Wang Lingfang nodded. Such a powerful puppet, worth more than 10,000 dragon coins. What the? Quote. More than 10,000 dragon coins. Big brother, you're not teasing me, I really want to compensate. Give me a chance, I want to be a good person. Click, click. In response to him, the Death Knight constantly surrounded. The white bones of the body were constantly rubbing in the silent swamp at this moment, making a mad collision sound. Don't. Wang Lingfang collapsed and shouted. Although he used to kill those weak professionals, he liked to listen to the wailing before death. But when all this happened to me, it's still hard to hide the fear in my heart. Bang bang. Minus 2,156. Minus 2,483. Minus 3,101. Minus 2,058. ... The Death Knight wields his heavy sword and slashes at the sword. Soon, Wang Lingfang received a box lunch. Chinyi shook his head, although the cost of the Sword Saint puppet was not expensive. But you were also the first to destroy my entire puppet. I don't feel comfortable if I don't kill you. After collecting all the loot all over the ground, Chinyi also did not take inventory. It seems that the killing of people is getting more and more accustomed. Well, suddenly, there was a sudden crackling sound in the distance. There should be no one in the Thunder Swamp, and now it can make such a big movement. Could it be Thunder Python? So, Chinyi led the puppet army in the direction of the change. Soon, a huge python with a length of nearly 50 meters appeared in the field of vision. Open black lens bracket Thunder Python close black lens bracket. Grade. Boss monster. Grade. LV37. Blood volume. 21,057 21,057. Power. 670. Agility. 550. Spirit. 320. Endurance. 600. Skills. Summon Razor Swarm, Thunder Light Pillar, Sensitive Wandering, Paralyzing Fangs. In terms of attributes, they are almost the same as Wang Lingfang, a gold professional. Also, because it is a boss monster, the amount of health is also amazingly thick. Old rule. Death Knight, on. Bang bang bang. Under the control of Chinyi, the 10 Death Knights immediately ran towards the overlord of this thundering swamp. The huge body soon became entangled with this thunder-patterned python. Even the thunder-patterned python with thick skin and flesh quickly could not withstand the attack of the Death Knight. It hissed. Activate the skill to call the razor swarm. Countless thrasers that were much smaller crawled out of nowhere. But before they could join the battlefield, the roaring flames that rose burned all these snakes. Probably less than a minute. The strongest monster in the thundering swamp died at the hands of Qin Yi. Among the many loot, a sharp tooth with a thunder arc made Qin Yi's eyes shine. Thunder grained sharp teeth, that's it. In addition to fighting the boss in the transfer mission. Also collect their unique items. You know, not every kill can burst. Therefore, it is relatively lucky to be able to get it all at once. This is still when Qin Yi kills the boss alone. If you play as a team, it is more troublesome to distribute. Well, the next target. Fire rock giants of the molten fire plains. Immediately, Qin Yi put the puppet away, opened the map and galloped towards the molten fire plain. A few hours later, Xiang Yan, the leader of the iron-blooded dynasty, led a group of men and horses to appear in the land of the Thunder Swamp. At this moment, his forehead was bruised. Who is it? The low roar of anger kept echoing. It made several people around tremble a little. Check it for me. Dare to openly oppose my iron-blooded dynasty, I will rip off the people behind the scenes. Facing Xiang Yan, who has been angry to the extreme. A purple-clothed man beside him did not dare to snub. He quickly pulled out a copper mirror engraved with an obscure inscription. Throw it up. In this way, the copper mirror was quietly suspended in midair. The man in purple clasped his hands together. Bursts of mist emanated from above his head. It was completely absorbed by the copper mirror in midair. Then, the whole person twisted and danced a very lame dance. Quite a feeling of jumping gods. During this process, more and more mist escaped from the purple-clothed man's body. Several people around, including Xiang Yan, were not surprised to see this scene. Apparently, they are well aware of this probing method. Who made the strongest scout profession of the iron-blooded dynasty Guild a divine stick? It took about 3 minutes or so. The man in purple suddenly stood straight in place. He asked in an extremely hoarse tone. Copper mirror, let me ask you, do you know the fierce battle that broke out in this area 5 hours ago? Silence for half a ring. A weird, empty-sounding voice responded. No, I know. That big battle was really scary. The man in purple nodded. If so, let it manifest. Got it, don't rush me. Soon, a picture of Wang Lingfeng leading a team of people and horses appeared in the copper mirror. At this time, it looks like the little centaur is dead. Vice President Wang obviously had a very angry look in his eyes. I guess it must have been done by someone from the Moon Knight Guild, and we just snatched one of their Goblin King crystal nuclei some time ago. Stop talking, the truth will be revealed immediately. After a short wait, the army of puppets immediately appeared in their eyes. What is this? Puppet. After seeing the image of the Death Knight and the Flame Saint envoy appearing, Xiang Yan was a little hard to believe. Although he didn't say it just now. But I also thought that it was the ghosts of those hostile guilds. But these puppets have never been seen at all. And in memory, Nanzhong Cheng does not seem to have any great puppeteers. The screen continues to rotate, and just when the person who controls the puppet is about to appear, it goes down. The copper mirror trembled continuously. Horrible. Terrible. I was wrong. At the end, the copper mirror emits a trilling sound begging for mercy. The battery is directly full. What's going on? How come this mirror is stuck at the critical moment? I want to see who is the person who manipulated the puppet. The bear burned the death order, his tone gloomy. The man in purple was also sweating profusely at the moment. It's also the first time I've encountered this. I guess it'll be fine soon. Suddenly, a thin line fell from the sky and penetrated the copper mirror. Click. After this blow, cracks appeared directly on the copper mirror. Ah! Bang! Immediately, a crisp popping sound sounded. The copper mirror completely exploded, and debris splashed everywhere. The man in purple was completely stunned when he saw this scene, and muttered in a low voice, "How so? How can this be?" Quote. My ghost bronze mirror. The man in purple couldn't withstand the blow and wailed loudly. The equipment that can be used by the Divine Stick class is extremely expensive, mainly because blacksmiths who can create this type are extremely rare. In order to create this gold-grade ghost spirit copper mirror, Most of his family is used to buy the main materials he needs, and many rare and mysterious materials. Also borrowed quite a bit. Relying on probing others, fortune telling and so on can maintain the appearance of life. Now that the guy who eats is gone, who to reason with? When Xiang Yan saw this scene, he was also a little confused. What the hell is going on here? The purple-clothed man's tears were about to come out. President Xiang, I guess that person should have extremely strong anti-reconnaissance skills. This will cause the ghost spirit copper mirror to fail to detect, but it will be eaten back and directly shattered. Aha. President, you want to compensate me for my loss. Quote. Without the ghost spirit copper mirror, many of my skill effects would be greatly reduced. I suffered such a big loss for the guild. Xiang Yan understood that the feelings were stronger in that person's means. As for paying the ghost bronze mirror, he knew that the weird mirror was extremely expensive to build. So, Xiang Yan immediately showed an unhappy expression. The guild has just suffered such a big disaster, what happened to you paying something? Besides, the reason why the mirror is broken, in the final analysis, is that you are not as good as others. I haven't found out what that person looks like, and you still want the guild to compensate you. Are you kidding? Quote. But Nian has no merit and hard work. Wait until you go to the finance side to receive 10 million dragon coins as a hard fee. The man in purple wanted to cry without tears. 10 million dragon coins sounds like a lot, but it is far from enough for the cost of the ghost copper mirror. However, looking at the appearance of Xiang burning, it is estimated that if you ask for it, you may not even have these 10 million dragon coins. There was no way, the man in purple had to eat this dumb loss. And secretly determined in his heart that it was time to find a chance to break away from the Iron Blood Dynasty Guild. Xiang Yan's gloomy eyes scanned the circle. Said viciously. Give me a check based on the appearance of these puppets, bounty. I would like to see which puppeteer dares to go against my bear burning. Hotaru no Mori. The sound of fierce fighting continued to be heard in the center of the area. Qin Yi is manipulating an army of puppets to fight the place's boss monster, the Millennium Willow Tree Monster. Looking at the Willow Demon in front of him who kept whipping the Death Knight. Qin Yi also had some headaches. This is a little too outrageous for the thickness of blood. Different from the Thunder Python of the Thunder Swamp and the Fire Rock Giant of the Molten Fire Plain. The boss refresh locations in those two places are not certain. Just looking for it takes a lot of work. And the birthplace of the Millennium Willow Demon is fixed and does not move. But compared to the other two, it has few teams to fight. There are two reasons. One is that the explosion rate of the 1,000-year-old Willow Dryad is not very high. The equipment and materials produced are relatively worthless. Another reason is that its properties are too high. Open black lens bracket Millennium Willow Demon close black lens bracket. Grade. Boss Monster. Grade. LV40. Blood volume. 95,638 95,638. Power. 1378. Agility. 100. Spirit. 450. Endurance. 1580. Skills. Branch Frenzy. Heart of Grass. Giant Rattan Stick. Willow Yi Fei Dart. That's close to 10 W of HP. Coupled with strong defense and the recovery ability of the skill Heart of Grass and Trees. Whoever touches this thing has a headache. It is not a normal silver grade monster at all. Fortunately, the skill of the Flame Saint Envoy has an additional damage effect on the Millennium Willow Tree Demon. This shortened the time of this tortuous and protracted war a lot. The roar of the huge battle resounded throughout the Firefly Forest. It makes the hearts of the professionals who are leveling here not far away frightened. Who the hell is challenging the Millennium Willow Tree Demon? Such a thankless wild boss, I haven't seen anyone fight for a long time. That is, it is said that the last time the 1,000-year-old Willow Demon was crusaded, it was because a certain big guy accepted the transfer task of the golden promotion to the stars. I also heard that that person seems to be Su Tianai, the head of the Nanjong Pharmaceutical Group. Gee, I estimate that the big guy or squad that attacked the 1,000-year-old Willow Demon this time should also be like this, and accepted some kind of task before coming to the challenge. Those powerful professionals are shrewd and don't do thankless things at all. It's also, after about 10 minutes, the blood bar of the 1,000-year-old Willow Demon finally bottomed out. Lower the rogue line. Yikes. With several thin lines piercing the dryad, which required at least 20 people to hold down equipment and materials in one place. But Chin-Yi fixed his eyes and didn't find the 1,000-year-old willow essence he needed. Damn. Chin-Yi scolded secretly. This has led to the fact that the first stage of the promotion and transfer task is still far from the last step. Stage 1. Crusade against the Thunder Python of the Thunder Swamp 1/1. Crusade against the Molten Plains of Fire Rock Giant 1/1. The 1,000-year-old Willow Demon who hunts the Hotaru Forest 1/1. Get 1/1 of the Thunder Stripe Teeth. Get 1/1 of the Fire Spirit Stone. Get Millennium Willow Essence 0/1 Close Black Lens Bracket. Now there are two options in front of Chin-Yi. One is to wait for the Millennium Willow Demon to refresh again. But the problem is that this boss not only has a long refresh time, and even if you fight again, you may not be able to burst the 1,000-year-old Willow Essence. Well, hope cannot be pinned on this one possibility. While waiting for the Millennium Willow Demon to refresh, first go to the major trading houses to see if there is a Millennium Willow Essence for sale. Chin-Yi, who has made up his mind, put away the puppet. The direct thin line connected to the clouds in the sky and quickly left the sky. When the professionals leveling in the Firefly Forest saw this scene, they all sighed with emotion. Sure enough, it's a big guy, able to protect the sky. Hey, when can I soar in the air? You don't daydream. Okay, the art of the sky must be learned by professionals in the star stage. Quote. That is to say, at least to reach level 60 first, you must also successfully complete the promotion and transfer task. You must know that the more difficult the job transfer task gets, many people can only get stuck at the level of 40 or 60. Also, you can't be too good and ambitious. I'll go up to level 30 first. With Chin-Yi's inspiration, today's Firefly Forest battles are even more intense. Nanzhong Cheng, the largest trading house. Chin-Yi is already familiar with this place. When brushing the Purgatory grade copy, I will resell the equipment materials every 3 to 5. It has also become a big customer. This time, I was directly arranged a VIP box. The environment is much better than before, and there are various fruit plates, wine and food on the table. Which one is a boutique? When dealing with a guest of Chin-Yi's level, these details must not be sloppy. Fruits and vegetables must be grown by growers, and many skills are blessed. This is not a technology and ruthless work. Most growers have photosynthetic skills, which can make fruits and vegetables produce photosynthesis in an all-round way. The timing and angle are all suitable to the extreme. There is also the improvement of varieties, as well as the control of the growth cycle. It's all something growers can do. For example, the fire spirit tomatoes that Chin-Yi now sends into his mouth are rare cultivation professions, made by flame growers. Long-term use may even increase the strength value. In addition to fruits and vegetables, wine also needs professional winemakers. The same goes for food. Just the table that served Chin-Yi was estimated to cost 100,000 dragon coins. People can't help but sigh that a strong combat profession is good. Not only can you have the privilege of having multiple partners, but you can also experience all kinds of new things in this world of Lu Li. After a life and death battle, you can have such a delicious table to enjoy. It's a real treat. Duh. Just as Chin-Yi was eating, the door of the box was pushed open. An oil-headed man in a suit walked in with a smile on his face. Mr. Chin, wait a long time. Heck, to be honest, you come to the trading house a bit often, and you also need to rest after the tiring fight. To be honest, although we really want to do your business, we don't want you to be in danger. Only by combining work and rest can we maintain sufficient mental battles. Chin-Yi picked up the napkin on the side, wiped the sauce from the corner of his mouth, and spoke. Manager Jin, don't say these polite words. I'm probably happy in your heart, right? Besides, combat professionals are originally walking on the tip of the knife, and only by constantly fighting to improve themselves is the safest. Let's take these things away first. I have a big deal to do this time. Jin Duoduo's eyes lit up, and Chin-Yi, an honored customer, said that it was a big deal. So this business, isn't it going to be sent? So he quickly nodded. That's that, but I lost my words. In the next second, both hands stretched out, and a large hole appeared in the middle of the palm, and a swallowing force continued to surge. All the unfinished food on the table was sucked into the hole. His profession is precisely that of a recycler. These foods can be recycled and finally made into the most original ingredients. Of course, there are many people who will be more comfortable with this profession. Therefore, the ingredients after recycling and manufacturing will basically end up being sold to summoned beasts or spirit pets at a lower price. There are also some black-hearted restaurants and shops that sell it as a first-hand ingredient. But you know, this world has a lot of strange professions. Maybe if an insightful professional who can trace back to the basics finds you doing this, it's over. After seeing that the table was empty again, Chinyi took out the things he was going to sell. This dazzling variety directly made Jin Duoduo's eyes straighten. My God, is this ransacking a guild? How surprised! Chinyi smiled. Don't worry, Manager Jin, this is only the first batch. After you're done counting, there's more. This time, not only did I kill many elites and bosses in the wild, he also washed the blood of nearly 30 people of the Iron Blood dynasty. The gains are huge. The table in front of me couldn't be piled up at once. Jin Duoduo was stunned. Huh. Quote. Then there was an immediate reaction. Mr. Chin, wait a bit, I'll give you statistics soon. About an hour later, Jin Duoduo let out a long breath. He took out a list that was so long that it rolled several times on the ground and handed it to Chinyi. Mr. Chin, I have finished counting. The price of direct sales is written on it, please take a look. Finally, I hurried to count all these things. Chinyi took a look. 223.23 million. It's okay, it's within my own expectations. After all, high-grade professionals also cost more on skill books. And this kind of asset, because of the use, even if Chinyi kills it, it will not explode. I'll sell it directly. Okay. It didn't take long for the deal to be completed. Now Chinyi's account, plus the previous deposit, is almost 300 million dragon coins. Proper local tycoons. Let me ask, do you have 1,000-year-old willow essence in your trading house? Quote. Chinyi suddenly asked. If you have 1,000-year-old willow essence, I remember that there should be no current inventory. I'll check it out for you, wait a minute. Jin Duoduo took out a tablet and looked at Chinyi apologetically after clicking on it. I'm sorry Mr. Chin, it's true. And not only do we not have it, but the entire Nanjong trading house should not have it. The main thing is that the 1,000-year-old willow demon that can produce this thing, it is very thankless to fight it, and the equipment that bursts out is very average. One of the most useful is this 1,000-year-old willow tree essence, which can be enchanted on equipment and produce some bonus effects on wood attribute skills. So, as soon as you get it, you will almost use it directly. Jin Duoduo was also very helpless, and the object that Chinyi accidentally proposed could not be satisfied by their trading house. Is that so? A look of disappointment also appeared on Chinyi's face. If you can't buy it, you can only wait for the refresh of the 1,000-year-old willow demon. As a result, the completion of the task is delayed again. Hey, I hope it can burst next time. Seeing Chinyi's expression, Jin Duoduo's heart shook. It's over, Lord Jin is very dissatisfied. Ahem, Mr. Chin, but our trading bank can help you release acquisition information. Maybe someone has stock. I don't know if you need it. Jin Duoduo hurriedly opened his mouth to remedy it. Oh, can this still be the case? Quote. Then you hurry up and help me post it, The purchase price is 50% higher than the market price of the 1,000-year-old willow essence. Quote. Above 50%. This is definitely a very generous shot. However, Chinyi is now desperately short of this thing to complete the job transfer task. As long as you can become a silver professional, you can buy a more powerful puppet manufacturing skill book. There will be a leap forward in strength. In this way, the speed of making money will be much faster. Therefore, many times more effort is another kind of saving your own time and energy. No problem, I will immediately release this purchase information for you, Mr. Chin. After seeing Jin Duoduo finished speaking, he was still standing here with a hesitant look. Chinyi asked directly, any more questions? Quote. Ahem, Mr. Chin, I don't think even if it is higher than the market price, it will not necessarily make those people hand over the 1,000-year-old willow essence in their hands. Oh. Chin-Yi had an interested look on his face. He would not suspect that Jin Duoduo had deceived himself compared to the transaction amount he had brought. Although the 1,000-year-old willow essence is precious and scarce, the overall value is still much worse. Isn't it enough to pay 50% above the market price? So how much do you think is appropriate? Quote. I really need this thing, and it doesn't matter if I can get it for a little more money. Chin-Yi asked directly. After all, people are professional in this line of work, and they must know more than themselves. Jin Duoduo quickly waved his hand. No, Mr. Chin, you misunderstood. I don't mean that your price is not high enough. 50% higher than the market price, it is already a very exaggeration. If you need money, you will definitely take it out if you have 1,000 years of willow essence in your hand. The problem is, I think there's a good chance that people who have this thing in stock right now are not short of money. For example, some big guys who like to collect rare items and so on. Chin-Yi frowned slightly. There is no shortage of money, so what should I do? I can't always say good things to people and sell it to me, right? In this world where interests are paramount, don't hold on to the idea that someone will help you because you are in a hurry. This is completely unrealistic. It's not that so. My idea is, Mr. Chin, do you have some special chips? For example, the same rare materials, bartering or something. Jin Duoduo's words made Chin-Yi lose thought. Rare materials and the like. Suddenly, Chin-Yi's eyes lit up. Can that help me hang up such a trading method? I can help people bring black iron dungeons of any difficulty, or secret realms with this level limit. What the? Jin Duoduo was stunned. It is very common to bring people, and many professionals with family backgrounds will find someone to take them to level up. This has become a common phenomenon. This includes crusades for some missions, as well as going to fight certain materials and so on. But take someone through a black iron copy of arbitrary difficulty. Of course, this is an extremely precious chip. You must know that once promoted to the silver professional, the black iron level copy cannot be entered. But doesn't this mean that Chin-Yi in front of him is also a professional of the black iron grade? So how did he get so many things? Jin Duoduo, who has been in the trading house for so long, is very clear. From the categories of items that Chin-Yi took out, he could analyze that they were inventory belonging to many different occupations. After all, many drugs and the like, the effect is all repeated. The price grade is also different, and it is impossible for the same person to buy it this way, which is pure waste. The meaning behind this makes the scalp feel numb. However, good professionalism made Jin Duoduo not ask in depth. Of course, Mr. Chin, I believe that with this chip, you will be more likely to get the 1,000-year-old willow essence you want. Then, I'll step down and help you operate it first. Call me anytime if you need anything. Soon, Chin-Yi's purchase information was placed in an extremely prominent position by Jin Duoduo. And it rolls through ad slots in many cities. The items that are sought, the 1,000-year-old willow essence is nothing. After all, every day, there are always various professions who seek to buy strange things because of their skills or equipment, tasks, etc. But Chin-Yi's price code and alternative trading methods are amazing. Li San, as a professional who did not join any guilds, harvested materials in the field all day to level up. Every time I return to the city, I will go to the purchase notice board to take a look. The information that appears there will basically be much higher than the usual price of going to the trading house. No way, and it's not like those professions with great potential who make money like flowing water. Ordinary people like them, fighting to the death, every time they go to the wild, they are like licking blood from the tip of a knife. The materials and equipment earned must be thinking of being able to sell them at a good price. Yo, Li San, you just came back from the wild. Li San, you don't know, I just found the purchase information of the poison hunting guts from the public notice board, and the price is 3% higher than the price of going to the trading house to sell. Let me just say, there must be a market for things like this, save it first, and you laughed at me at the time. Hehe, I was also a member of the laughter of Lao Kai at that time, and I was dumbfounded just now. As soon as Li San came here, Many people greeted him. Obviously, everyone knows each other. People like them who are careful in their calculations will keep some of the more rare materials on weekdays. Sometimes they even buy it back from trading houses or individuals, and wait for the price to rise. Lee San said in surprise. Yes, Lao Kai, your vision has been very good recently. Quote. It's okay, my old Kai can't see it with his eyes if he can't do it. Go and go, praise you and get on your face, right? After scolding with a smile, Lee San looked at the purchase notice board. Suddenly, a new request for purchase appeared. Millennium Willow Essence, this price is good. But this boss is too difficult to kill, it's not something that people like us can move. Is there another way to trade? Quote. What? Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.